Hey, this is Dark Trying to Guess, and welcome to I don't know what the fuck this is. Pretty much, I'm just Pokemon Sun and Moon update video. Um, here's my issue. Here's my issue. My issue is I'm late as fuck with everything. So what we're gonna do is this episode is specifically dedicated to legendaries. I'm gonna have to break it all up because there's so much information, and I want to be able to read descriptions and give some insight on what I think about some of these new Pokemon. So let's go over the Pokemon. We're gonna skip past all the awesomeness, also all that, and we have four legendaries pretty much. We have two we got mystics, and then we have two legendaries, which I haven't really done too much reading on any of them. Here's Segaleo, which is the let's get into this. Okay, so his name is Galio. He's the Sun Pokemon. I don't know. That's interesting how they spell Sun though. It's Sunne. I've never even seen that before, but whatever. He's a Psychic Steel type. That type, it makes no sense to me. I guess he he's a sun Pokemon. What does Psychic Steel have to do with anything? I guess he is standing at 11 feet 2 inches. So this guy is he's fucking giant. And then we have he weighs 570 pounds. So he's fat as fuck. I hope that translates into some kind of defense, because if anybody knows me, I'm pretty competitive. I love showdown, but he's a steel type, so they're predominantly a defensive typing. So hopefully that translates into his typing, and the fact that he's a psychic type, which that means he would resist. No, it's neutral. Fighting type attacks would become neutral. I don't think he resisted. I think it become neutral. So with that being said, that means that his only true threat would be ground type attacks, and I think that makes for a pretty good. I mean, if he's hyper defensive, steel type is typically physically defensive, then that would mean that the earthquake, he probably could take one and two of them. So I like that. Thing. His description: since ancient times, Segaleo has honored as an emissary of the sun. It is referred to with reverence as the beast of the beast that devours the sun. You gotta bear with me. So Golo's body holds a vast amount of energy, and it shines with light when it's active. What does steel type have to do with that? That sounds like a fire type to me. But I'm just gonna stop dwelling on that. As a flowing mane. No, it doesn't. That shit's stiff as a board. But whatever. With a remarkable resemblance to the sun. No, I don't see that, cuz I don't see that. Its signature move is Sun Steel Strike. Well, it sounds something like Bolt Strike. But would that be a steel type move or a fire type move? I don't know. Who knows? Attack with the charges at his opponent with the force of the meteor, disregarding the target's abilities. That can come in handy. Let me think. What ability? So if it's a physical type attack, abilities like what? Not overcoat. What's it called? Furfro's ability. What ability is that? That's fur coat. I forget what it's called. But it basically lessens physical damage. So this move will just straight say fuck that shit, and he'll just blow right through you. So I can imagine with a choice band, this thing's freaking a god. It's a god, man. What other abilities would that? What other abilities would exist that he would have to ignore? I can't think of any right now, but Segalio's ability full metal body. The previous one has had with full metal body ability. The ability stats will not lower. Isn't that same thing as clear body? The effects of opponents' moves or abilities. Wait, so let me think. Does that mean like he can't be burned? The effects of an opponent's moves or ability. Does that mean like it's like a better clear body except for just stat drops? It protects from pretty much everything. I wonder if he can get burned. I mean, he's a steel type. He can't really get he can't get poisoned, and I'm not quite sure if this ability protect against paralyzing, but to not be burned, that sounds like a good option, especially if he's a physical attacker and he's not a fire type, which is weird. Like I can see how that could really help. I can see how that could really come in handy. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So pretty much this guy right here is, I'm just gonna say he's a physical. He's definitely physical because it says strike. Strike sounds to me like a physical attack. I think he's hitting things. I don't think he's standing back and blowing at things. I think he's hitting things. So let's go with that idea. On to the next one. This one's a Lunala. I think I'm trying to figure out if I like Lunala better. But it's basically the moon Pokemon, and that's pretty weird. They put an E next to it. I'm guessing this is like a Pokemon themed thing. I'm not sure. But he's a psychic ghost type now. That means that to me that he's 4 times weak to dark, 4 times weak to ghost. That blows. I never realized how bad that typing could be, because Ghost is such a common typing. Dark is such a common ability. I mean, knockoff just exists. I mean, you have an item, and then you knock this thing off, it's pretty much done for. But, what's it mean? He resists grass, immune to attack and fighting. I mean, normal and fighting. Why is this thing not a flying type? I think Ghost flying would be a better typing, because now he's 4 times weak to 2 things. But he weighs 13 pounds, which makes sense because he's floating. No, that's his height. He's 13 feet, so he's bigger than Solgaleo. So, okay, so then he's 264 pounds. So, yes, he's skinny as fuck. All right, cool. He's only 21 heavier than me. So that's good news, good news. His ability is Shadow Shield. Okay. Since ancient times, Lunala has been honored as an emissary of the moon. Is referred to with reverence as the beast that calls the moon. Lunala is constantly absorbing light and converting it into an energy. You have to excuse me because my new headset, it keeps replaying my voice back and it makes things kind of weird in my head, so I'm not quite used to hearing myself talk, so it's kind of weird. With its wings spread to absorb the surrounding light, glittering like a crescent moon. Okay, it resembles the night sky. Okay, so pretty much the same exact description, just opposite as Solgaleo. Like that's why as I'm reading it, I'm like, it seems like the same thing. It's just backwards. So he absorbs the moonlight opposed to the sunlight, which is the opposite. His signature ability is Moongeist attack, releases an ominous beam of light that disregards the target's ability. So pretty much he's a special attacker that does pretty much the same thing. So he ignores. What would this ability really ignore a dude though? I don't know if this ability would be a psychic type attack or if it would be a ghost type attack. If it's psychic, that's cool, I guess. If it's ghost type, you run into that whole can't hit, fighting, can't heat, normal type problem. So then that'd be a L. Lunala's ability is Shadow Shield. The new ability no previous Pokemon has had. With the Shadow Shield ability, Pokemon will take less damage from an attack that lands when the Pokemon has full health? They gave him multi-scale? I guess. It sounds like multi-scale. I mean, maybe there'll be a slight difference, hopefully. But that sounds like an ability that already exists with a different name. So I don't think that it has never been seen before. But you know, well, hopefully Game Freak will turn up on these abilities a little bit, because I'm not impressed with these two abilities. So Galio's ability may be better than I can think of. If he can't be burned, that's a benefit. That's a better ability. So far, this ability just seems like he has multi-scale. So that tells me that he has to be super defensive to have a multi-scale type ability. I mean, he looks like he's frail, but I would imagine that he's probably kind of like a wall. So, I mean, kind of like a... I hope he's a special wall, because ghost type attacks and dark type attacks is predominantly special, and if he's not a especially defensive wall, he's going to get bodied regardless. So let's go with that. So we're going to find Tappy Coco. What's his name? His name is alright, cool. His name is Tappy Coco. Tapu Koko. I'm pronouncing it wrong. The land spirit Pokemon. He's electric fairy. That's a really interesting typing. I can't really... Okay, so his height is 5'11", so we're the same height. He's 45 pounds. My man is Ethiopian. He's hungry. His ability is electric surge, which I've heard a lot about this ability. Kind of blew everybody's mind. Pretty much, it's a new field effect. So I mean, it's not new. I mean, anybody who knows of what's it called, electric terrain, you know. But never has it been in where a Pokemon lands on a field that he can just activate electric terrain without even attempting anything else. That's fucking awesome. So we'll go with that. That's actually a nice ass typing. What is he weak to? That means he's weak to poison, steel, ground. What else? What else would he be weak to? He wouldn't be weak to nothing else, would he? Am I missing something? No, I think that's it. That's pretty much it. He has 3 weaknesses. Alright, so yeah, he has 3 weaknesses. That's not bad at all. So that means everything else should be hitting neutral. Unless I'm missing him. Because for electricity is only weak to ground. I don't know what electricity is. I think only weak to ground. But let's take a second to watch this video real quick now. Let's see. I don't know why I expected way more of a hit than that, but whatever. All right, Tapu Koko. Let's read this. Tapu Koko is a special Pokemon that protects the area where he lives. It's called the guardian deity of Malamali. You gotta excuse me. These names are amazing. Malamali Island. I guess we'll go with that. One of the islands in the Alola region. Although it's known as the guardian deity, it's surprisingly fickle. It's a surprisingly fickle Pokemon. It will not necessarily come to your aid if you need help. So he's like, he's one of the Pokemon where basically he's like, hey yo, I'm your guardian, but don't call me for everything. I guess that's how you look at it. Or you could just be like, fuck that, I'll just help you if I feel like a type of guy. Despite that, this Pokemon has a strong sense of sincerity? He don't want to help nobody. How's it sincere? Okay, alright. If it becomes interested in a person or in other Pokemon, it may come to play in battle with them. Okay, alright. So that kind of tells me like one of the videos that was released, which I probably won't be covering because it's kind of old, but in one of the first videos that you've probably seen somewhere around the interwebs, one of the new, I don't know if he's a captain or his name is he's a freaking, what do you call, a kahuna. He was able to summon Tapu Koko to help him, so I'm guessing he became interested in that particular trainer. Tapu Koko's ability is electric surge, an ability never seen in Pokemon So that's we know what's been seen, but it's never been seen in this use before. Typical charge, electric charge fills the field around the Pokemon's feet with electric when it appears, raising the power of any electrical moves for Pokemon on the ground, preventing any Pokemon from falling asleep. Tapico can learn a new move called Nature's Madness, which slams into an opponent and reduces its Pokemon's HP to half. So basically, this ability is Super Fang, Hyper Fang, one of the two fangs. I guess they could have really did something different with that, but I guess we can go with that. A legendary Super Fang or Hyper Fang. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm gonna have to see. But if it chops it to half, I guess that's cool. I guess it'd be a half of a half, and then you just got to use something else to kill it. If you chop it again with a half, I guess that works. If he's frail, this move kind of blows because then he'll just live long enough to chop something in half, and then if it has recovery, then you're kind of screwed. But I can definitely see how that can come in handy. This is what looks pretty cool to me. I expected him to have form change because this right here looks really cool to me. The fact that he can close his hands and turn into a bird. This would be a mean behind form change ability. So maybe he will have a hidden ability. Do legendaries get from it? They do get hidden abilities. Maybe his hidden ability will be form change. I can see that. I can really see that. And I think form change would be way better competitively because his ability really only works for him. It'd be Beast in VGC, given if they allow legendaries this year. Well, no, he's not legendary, so he might be definitely with like Shaman and stuff. So his ability really could cause problems for electric type moves, especially with stab. It could do some crazy damage. But yeah, form change would be nasty with this guy. What if his defenses went up? Because right now he looks pretty frail to me. He doesn't look like he can take too many hits. But if form change came up, that would be amazing. That would be actually something I would want to be looking forward to. So let's pray he has a hidden ability, because if so, that would mean he has two of the best battle-based abilities I've ever seen a Pokemon have. Usually there's one ability that shines the other, with the exception of like I think Clefable has two amazing abilities. It's one of the few Pokemon I've seen that has that. So you can use Magikarp Clefable and still benefit. You can use Unaware Clefable and definitely benefit. Of course, Unaware is more common, but either one of them you still can be greatly used, and especially if you have like I don't know, does Clefable get power shift or whatever it is? It shifts the the whatever infliction you have over to the next Pokemon. That could be possible. So we can definitely go with that. I think that's definitely something to think about, that he would have two abilities eventually. But so far these legendaries are definitely cool. I'm loving the designs. I haven't had a problem with none of the designs so far. Haven't had a problem with no releases so far. Is that true? I have some questions. I can't say I have a problem though. But you know, I'm gonna hurry up and cut this video. I'm gonna go ahead and gotta record a couple more, and pretty much that's closes for the legendaries. I'm gonna do a couple more videos, one on pretty much each row of Pokemon that they did. So I might do them 5 and 5. I don't know how many Pokemon were released. I think it was like 16. So we'll do 5, 5, and 5 maybe. I'll figure out how I'll do it. But I'll catch you guys. I'm gonna go record these videos, and I'll see you guys in a minute. It's Dark Trainer Gas, and I'm out of here. Deuces, bologna and cheese, all that good stuff. Deuce.